Welcome to Managing Work and Life with Microsoft 365 Groups. I'm Sandra Vargas, and I'm a Principal PM Manager on the Microsoft 365 Groups team. I'll be joined later today by my colleague Rahil, and we thank you for joining us today. You, our customers and partners, have been using Microsoft 365 Groups for commercial and education purposes, what we tend to refer to as work, for several years now. And we have seen massive adoption, and we're truly grateful for that. Today, I'm really excited to share with you for the first time publicly how we have extended the Groups platform to also serve your needs outside of work. First, I'll walk you through why we decided to do this, showing needs, some scenarios, and how COVID has accelerated these needs. And Rahil will share lots of cool demos of what you can do today so you can start using Groups in your personal life right away. The new normal. What started out as a few weeks of unusual circumstances has changed the way we live and work, and it's clear that the lines between them is blurring. You've seen this. 1 minute you're on a video call with your colleagues or a business partner or a customer, and the next you're helping your kids with remote learning, cooking lunch, and washing those dirty dishes. Microsoft research on productivity impact during COVID shows you're not alone. Approximately 75% of people are needing to handle personal or family responsibilities during what has traditionally been working hours. And on the flip side, 87% of those people are responding to work-related communications during their personal time. Customers had already indicated they would prefer to use the same apps to manage their lives at work and at home. And with the lines blurring between work and home, it's even more important now. Juggling everything is hard enough, especially without having to install a bunch of new applications and manage them. And as for IT admins and professionals, it's not surprising that you are now acting as admins in life. And not just in your home, it's likely your friends are reaching out to you for support and advice regarding technology. There's also a growing concern around the impact of COVID on people's mental well-being. People need to connect with their friends, their family, and their social communities to relieve stress and find support, especially in these challenging times. COVID has accelerated social organizers moving to digital solutions to organize, and our data is confirming that. For example, groups in Outlook on the web increased 180% when COVID stay-home orders happened in many areas. And mental well-being of employees is important for companies as it can impact productivity at work. Now, the journey to bring Groups to your personal life began well before COVID. As a matter of fact, it started a little over 2 years ago when Microsoft user research showed a need to bring people and tools together to achieve more in their personal lives. Our studies showed many types of different groups. Over time, they share very similar needs, but when analyzing further, we found 3 distinct categories of subgroups popped. The first one was families. Parents are juggling many schedules, work, childcare, education. They need to share important information and documents, as well as share and create special moments like family vacations and reunions. And they want to keep their families safe, both digitally and physically. The next set of needs we found was around social and professional groups. We saw neighborhood association boards keeping track of their budgets and spreadsheets, sharing documented community rules and regulations and request forms, and organizing of neighborhood events like homeowners meetings, progressive dinners, and even summer barbecues. We saw church members organizing into smaller prayer groups and coordinating shelter meal efforts. And we saw parents organizing into small groups to support their kids by sharing learning resources, deadline reminders, and carpools. We also saw groups formed around professional interests. There were PhDs that had organized to help each other with their grad thesis. And there were lots of tech enthusiasts who shared articles and had discussions in a safe and trusted environment. The third group we found were self-directed workers. These were people who were pursuing their side hustle or trying to convert a personal passion into a business. One example was a set of folks who were writing a novel together. They shared Word documents for chapters, images for illustrations, as well as scheduled sync-ups together. Now, all of these subgroups of life organizers had a need to collaborate with a recurring set of people and use a set of applications and services together. And so we began our work with apps across Microsoft 365 on addressing these users' needs. Now, many of you are already familiar with Microsoft 365 groups at work. In the enterprise, groups are built on top of Azure Active Directory. This allows you to create a group with a set of AAD members, and that group identity roams across the apps and services that you have given permissions to. We have now extended the groups platform to support Microsoft accounts, and much like it does for commercial, this group identity will flow through the apps and services tailored for your personal needs, including family. Now let us walk you through a more specific example. Meet Alex. Alex is an IT admin at Contoso. She is responsible for managing Microsoft 365 at work. Alex uses Microsoft 365 Admin Center to manage applications, permissions, and policies. She uses Teams to collaborate with her immediate coworkers, and she uses Outlook to collaborate in email. Now, Alex is also a wife and mother of 2 school-aged children, and she manages the devices at home as well as the family schedules. Alex wants to simplify her life and prefers to use the same apps for both work and home. She needs to manage routines, especially ensuring that her kids join online classes on time. And she's the primary social organizer of her extended family. These days, that looks like setting up calls with grandparents, as well as friends on the weekends to stay connected and check in that folks are doing okay. Now, Rahul will walk you through how Alex might leverage groups through the apps she already uses today to do this. Rahul?
Thank you, Sandra. Hi, everyone. My name is Rahul Rai. I am a Senior Program Manager on the Microsoft 365 Groups team. And today I'm really excited to bring you some Groups experiences powered by the Groups platform in Outlook Mobile, Outlook Web, and Teams that will probably help you bring a little more work-life harmony in these uncertain times.
In this demo, we will look at how you can manage your work and life using a powerful combination of Microsoft tools. The story is all about the key customer we met earlier in the presentation, Alex. Alex starts her day early, and as many of us do, the first app she opens is the Microsoft Outlook app on her phone. She wants to see how the day looks like and if there are any other meetings she needs to prepare for. Since she's already in the app, it's also a good time to check her personal inbox. Alex uses an Outlook.com account for her personal communication too, and she has added that to her Outlook mobile app. While she is in her personal inbox, she notices an email from her neighbor, Megan, asking if they're still up for a virtual barbecue that they had discussed earlier. Since folks can't meet in person due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the neighborhood had talked about organizing a virtual barbecue. Everybody barbecuing in their own backyards, having a group video call, someone coordinating the music across households, sharing pictures, etc. Essentially, enjoying a sunny day in a safe and responsible fashion. Alex responds to the email by confirming that yes, we're still doing it and I will get something going in the group. After responding to Megan's email, Alex starts figuring out the logistics for this virtual barbecue event. The first thing she needs to do is set up a calendar invite. Luckily, the neighborhood already has a group. She goes into the left navigation options and looks at her groups. There it is, best neighborhood ever. The group already exists. So to set up this calendar invite, all she needs to do is go and send an invite to the whole group. For that, she goes into her calendar tab. Notice how in this calendar tab, you have both your work accounts as well as your personal accounts. And in the personal accounts, you have the best neighborhood ever, which is one of Alex's groups. In the calendar view, she clicks the plus button to create a new event, and then chooses the best neighborhood ever group from the drop-down so that the event is on the neighborhood group calendar. She now goes ahead and adds some details to the event. Let's call the event Virtual Barbecue. Let's set it up for this weekend on a Saturday between 4 to 6. As for the location, let's just say Skype Meet Now to be sent later. We can always add a Skype Meet Now link later to this meeting. And once done, all you got to do is hit the tick mark. And there it is. The event is on the group calendar. Since this is a broad group with a lot of neighbors in it, once you add the event to the group calendar, everybody has visibility to it. So everybody knows this is happening. In a few short steps, Alex is able to send out an invite with a really broad reach. Now it's a little later in the week for Alex, and her work week has been going pretty busy. And since she needs to plan for this virtual barbecue event, she decides she needs some help. She wants to have a smaller organizer group that can help her with the logistics for the event. She also wants the ability for the group to have quick and back and forth conversations, get help on setting up the event in multiple households, and share some roles and responsibilities she has on her mind. To achieve this, she decides to use Teams with her personal Outlook.com account since she wants to manage this event and has some tasks she wants to delegate. A simple texting app just wouldn't do it. She opens the Teams app, and just as she did in Outlook, she switches from her work account to her personal account. Here again, she already has a bike group with the right people, so she just wants to reuse the same group, and she goes ahead and renames the group as Virtual Barbecue Organizers. One thing to call out here is, as we are in the early stages of extending the groups platform to Microsoft consumer accounts, your groups are still app or workload specific. So the groups you create in Outlook, on the web, or the ones you create in Teams do not intersect. As we go forward in our journey, we plan to integrate with more and more apps and provide our customers a more cohesive experience. Now getting back to organizing this virtual barbecue, as we discussed earlier, Alex has a few tasks on her mind that she wants to delegate. She starts by creating a new calendar invite in this group. She feels the organizers might need a bit more time to set up for the event, so she creates a calendar block named Organizers Only block to give organizers an extra 30 minutes. To create this event, she goes into the group dashboard and clicks on the group calendar. Here, she goes ahead and creates a new group event called Organizers Only block. She thinks 30 minutes would be sufficient for the organizers to set up. So she goes ahead and books the time from 3:30 to 6 p.m. And now this event is on the group calendar as well as in the chat. Now that the event is set up and the organizer group is ready, she starts creating and assigning the various tasks she had on her mind. To do this, she opens the dashboard again and goes to the task list. She clicks on the tasks pane and starts adding some tasks here. Let's start with create playlist and organizing the music. Another one is there's a family in the neighborhood where somebody is recovering from an accident, and Alex wants them to be a part of the fun without having the hassle of cooking, etc. So she creates a task for drop of food at the Ericssons. She also wants to set a reminder for the event before Saturday, so she creates that as a task. And lastly, once everybody has shared some images in the group and there are some videos of the event, she wants to create a photo montage to share with the neighborhood group. She creates a task for that. So the group is ready with the time. The tasks are all in the shared task list and in the chat itself, so everybody is aware of it. But let's go ahead and assign some of these tasks to some people. For creating and coordinating music, Megan is known for her taste in music, so we'll just go ahead and assign this to Megan. For dropping off food, Megan lives close to the Ericssons, so she can handle that. As for sending the reminder for the event, as Alex is the owner of the event, she can do that. And Alex is really enthusiastic about coordinating and collecting images to create a photo montage, so she will assign this task to herself. So now the group is ready, all the tasks are assigned to the right people, and so far things look good. The work week has passed through and it's Saturday already. It's a few hours before the barbecue and Alex wants to check what the status of all the tasks are and how the preparation is going for the virtual barbecue. So all she needs to do is open up her Teams app. In her personal view, go to the virtual barbecue organizers group and go to the dashboard to see what tasks were completed and what is pending. We see Megan has already completed the task of creating a playlist and coordinating the music. Alex did send a reminder, so let's check that out. Megan and Alex also talked yesterday that Alex is going to make a supermarket run, and so she thinks she can drop off food at the Ericssons. So let's assign this back to Alex. Now that both of the big tasks have been completed and the remaining tasks are with Alex, all that is left to do is start the Skype Meet Now call at 3:30 and have some fun. Once the event is over and everybody has shared their images, Alex can go back and create that photo montage and share with wider group through Outlook. This demo essentially shows you how you can manage your work and life using groups in Outlook Mobile and Teams. The experience you just saw, both in Outlook and Teams mobile apps, are powered by the Microsoft 365 Groups platform. The Microsoft 365 Groups platform provides you the ability to create large groups acting like cloud-based distribution lists through Outlook, and also organize in small, nimble groups that want to achieve a common goal using collaboration features like calendar and tasks in Teams. You can use all these experiences today with your personal Outlook, Hotmail, or Live.com accounts. Thank you. Now let us switch to another demo and look at what kind of scenarios you can achieve with groups in Outlook on the web. With COVID lockdown in place and an extended working from home situation, Alex and her husband Mark finally decide on getting a new home office. To better manage their communications with the contractor and other vendors needed to remodel the house, and to keep all this communication contained in the same app as the one they used for work, Alex decides on using groups in Outlook on the web as a preferred tool. She is, after all, a groups veteran from work and knows the power of groups at achieving common goals through collaboration. As we see here, Alex is on accounts.microsoft.com in her account view, and she navigates to Outlook on the web. As you see here, there is an option of creating a new group from the left nav, just as any other enterprise user would in an enterprise tenant. She goes ahead and hits this new group and creates the Wilbur Home Office Remodel group. Just so everyone is aware of the group's purpose, she adds a short description. Let's say we will use this group to communicate with the contractor and other vendors. She hits create, and now she needs to add Mark as a member of the group. The group is ready. If you go to the group card, you can see Mark is a member of the group. But since Alex wants Mark to have the same set of permissions she does, he wants Mark to have the ability to add and remove people to the group, she goes ahead and promotes him to an owner. Now both of them have the same set of permissions on the group. So things are set up from Alex's point of view. Let's go to Mark's inbox and see how this experience looks like from his point of view. Looking at Mark's inbox, Mark is not an experienced group user, and this is essentially the first time he is using groups with his consumer account in Outlook. To educate such new users of what they can achieve with groups, we enabled a welcome email for every user who's added to a group. When Mark opens his inbox, he has the group in the left nav, and when he clicks on the group has a welcome email in there. This welcome email tells him about all the capabilities of the group, such as inviting other members, planning group events, viewing and sharing files, and something that really catches his eye is the Trusted Sender feature. The way we have created groups, by default, all groups you create are private, and therefore, if you want someone to participate in the group communication, you must add them to the group. We built groups in Outlook on the web such that you will not have to worry about uninvited guests like spammers. However, sometimes there is a need to allow an external person to just send emails and calendar invites to the group. For example, when you want a nanny to have the ability to send emails to the entire family group so that both parents are in the loop. This is where Trusted Sender comes into use. Just as a guest user from outside the enterprise tenant can communicate and collaborate with the group, a Trusted Sender can send emails, invites, files, etc. to the group. So Mark knows this contractor he has worked with in the past, and he wants to use the group to communicate with this contractor and gather some more information around the home office needs he has. But he doesn't really want to add the contractor as a group member. Looking at the Trusted Sender feature, he thinks it's a good idea to add the contractor as a Trusted Sender so that the contractor can send emails, designs, quotations, etc. to the group directly. So let's go ahead and add this contractor to the group as a Trusted Sender. For that, we'll go into the group card, click on the Trusted Sender tab, and just hit Add Sender and pick the contractor here. So now Puget Sound Floorings has been added as a Trusted Sender for the Wilbur Home Office Remodel Group. Since the contractor has only been added as a Trusted Sender and not as a member, we need to send him an email from the group mailbox so he's aware of how we plan to communicate. Mark sends an email to the contractor from the group asking for a few home office designs along with some high-level quotations on pricing. He also asks the contractor to reply all to the group so that everybody remains in the loop here. So now Mark has reached out to William, the contractor, through the group, and we'll wait on the contractor to send us some designs and some quotations. One thing to note here is, in this demo, we see Alex adding Mark to the group and both of them have an Outlook.com account. But we built the group's platform such that you can enable free and open communication with anyone. So you can add any Gmail, Yahoo, Comcast, and any other type of email user to the group as a member. However, to get this full experience you see here, the user will need to have an Outlook, Hotmail, or Live.com email address. Let's now again switch gears and look at what's happening with the contractor. The contractor William gets this email from Mark asking that he wants to remodel the house and can he send over some designs with a few high-level quotations on pricing. So let's go ahead and reply to this email. So William, our contractor, shares some high-level designs and quotations on this thread with Mark, but also says that he'll need to have a virtual walkthrough at least to begin with to get a better idea of what the space looks like and what price would be for the home office. So let's go ahead and send this out. And as you see, the group is in the to line, so everything we're talking to Mark directly also goes in the group mailbox, so Alex can check in whenever she wants. Going back to Mark's inbox and looking at his view, Mark gets this email from William, both in the group inbox as well as in his personal inbox. Looking at the group mailbox, there are some designs in here. This one looks good. Yeah, so does this one. So the contractor William has sent us some designs. Since the designs and the quotation Excel sheet was sent to the group mailbox, they also live in the files view. So all the files can be viewed directly from here, and you don't need to go digging in your inbox anymore to find that one email with an attachment that you're looking for. Looking at William's email again, he wants to have a virtual walkthrough of the house. So the next task Mark has is to go and set up this virtual walkthrough to give William a better idea of his space. So to set up this virtual walkthrough that William wants to get a better idea of the space, Mark needs to set that up on the group calendar. For that, he goes to the group calendar space. He makes sure that the group calendar is selected on the left nav, hits new event. Let's open the bigger pane for some options. He selects group calendar from the drop-down menu and invites members. Let's add some title and details to the group event. As for how we want to have this virtual walkthrough, we are going to use a Skype Meet Now instance. So let's go ahead and add that in the email body. Mark adds this Skype Meet Now instance in the email body, and he hits send. Now the event is on the group calendar and everybody is aware of it. If I want, I can go ahead and add this to my personal calendar, but for now, let's keep it on the group calendar. Before I end this demo, I wanted to show you one more thing to illustrate the power of groups in personal life. Mark has this friend Nestor who just got his home remodeled, so he has experience around pricing and designs. Mark recently heard from him and they discussed about the upcoming remodel of his home. And Mark is looking for some guidance, especially around the prices. Nestor is more than happy to help. So Mark goes ahead and adds Nestor to the group. For that, he goes into the group mailbox. He opens up the group card. He selects members, and let's go ahead and add Nestor as a member. Now that Nestor is a member of the group and all the communications we have been having with the contractor is from the group mailbox, all the emails are right here and so are all the files. So Nestor can get all the contacts on day one as he's added to the group, and there is no more forwarding emails to share context. With groups in Outlook on the web, the collaboration just keeps on going seamlessly. All the features you just saw have been live in Outlook on the web for well over a year now, and customers all over the world have discovered these features organically and have been using groups for their own collaboration scenarios. Even though this scenario shows how Alex and Mark used groups to build a home office during the pandemic, the features we built into groups will remain equally useful and relevant for many other live scenarios even after the pandemic is over and we are allowed to meet everyone in person. So go ahead and give it a try. We are eager to hear from all of you about how you feel about using groups in both work and your life. Thank you. Back to you, Sandra.
Thank you, Rahul. So just to recap, Microsoft 365 Groups is now available not just for your work needs, but to support your personal needs. And It powers chats, calendar, and task and teams. The Groups platform also provides you with the group email address, a group mailbox, an addressable calendar, and trusted senders to communicate with groups in Outlook. And now Microsoft Family is also powered by Groups. Sharing is also simplified. You can now share to your personal groups from your favorite Microsoft 365 applications. We invite you to create a group today with your friends or your family via Teams, Outlook, or the Microsoft Family application. Thank you once again for joining us. Feel free to get more information via the following resource links or by connecting with myself and Rahul via email or Twitter. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed some of these demos, and feel free to reach out to us directly for any questions around groups in work and in life. Thank you.